We're using psychedelics as tools to understand the relationships among the mind and brain and consciousness. The possibility of having new and much more effective treatments for mental health disorders is incredibly exciting. I'm Michael Silver. I'm a professor of optometry and vision science and neuroscience at UC Berkeley, and I'm also the faculty director of the UC Berkeley Center for the Science of Psychedelics. I would not be surprised at all if in the coming years we have a complete revolution in how we consider mental health. The brain's, an organ, a physical organ in the body. It's comprised of neurons and other cell types. But the mind refers to the more psychological level: perception, cognition, emotion, thought. And then consciousness is our subjective experience. We're using psychedelics as tools to understand the relationships among the mind and brain and consciousness. So the UC Berkeley Center for the Science of Psychedelics was founded in 2020. We're really understanding the nuts and bolts of how psychedelics work in the brain. For example, the experiments we do with visual perception, so a huge amount of our brain is devoted to visual processing. Our understanding of the visual system is far beyond that of most other brain systems. So we can ask complex hypotheses about psychedelics action in the visual system. So we know a lot about the chemical identity of psychedelics, what neurotransmitter receptors in the brain these drugs interact with. And what we have almost no understanding of is how activation of different types of receptors lead to changes in experience or consciousness. Our research is more what we call basic or mechanistic research. We're doing functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI, and this enables us to essentially collect a movie of brain activity non-invasively. So a person is administered pharmaceutical grade synthetic psilocybin in a capsule. They're having a psychedelic experience, and they're making reports about their visual perception and through pressing buttons on a keypad. And so we're able to relate changes in visual perception due to the psychedelic, at the very same time, changes in brain activity. That gives us a very strong link between the experiential or subjective changes that are induced by psychedelics and then the brain mechanisms. The idea here is that a psychedelic experience in the right therapeutic context can result in enduring, maybe permanent changes in people, something more like healing. We believe that this kind of information will eventually be critical for improving well-being in society and reducing suffering.